Okay guys, so the accessories are off, the power steering pump is out, the alternator is out of the way. I decided to remove the negative terminal just in case if something that will touch to the power side, it will blow something, so I don't want that to happen, so I just remove the negative, right, just to eliminate that problem. Okay, so the next step now is to remove this adapter. Remove this too. Remove that. There's gotta be another one here. Okay. Let's see. Oh, there's another one. Okay. Okay. I have all the bolts out. Two, three, four, four long bolts, guys. Okay, there you go. And then this pulley is right here. Alright guys, so this coolant tube is attached to the timing cover with a 12mm bolt. Go ahead and remove that by 12mm wrench. So I've already loosened that up. All I have to do now is to wind it out. Alright, so this is a 12mm bolt, so that's out of the way. Okay guys, so the next step for me to do is to remove this bracket. There's a 14mm here and there's a 12mm bolt right there, so I'm gonna go ahead and do that. Okay, so that's that, but there's a bolt right here. It's probably a 10. Alrighty guys, so this bracket apparently is a tough cookie to remove because there's two bolts bolted right there where that socket is. So there's two of them, 214. I got one loose and I'm just trying to figure out how to loose the one beside the manifold heat shield. So just it's a bit of a struggle guys. So I basically moved this out of the way just like that. I was able to loosen it up. I'm just gonna try to figure out how to loosen this one last bolt. Alright guys, so see this bracket right here, there's a 12mm bolt holding into it. That's connected to the harness. I'm gonna remove that and then I'm gonna make some room for the last bolt that I'm removing. I believe that's a 12mm bolt. So coming from this side, hopefully I can get it out. There we go. There you go. That's out. Less headache, guys. You just want this to be simple and easy. I don't want it to be complicated. So this is the bolt right here. Put that aside. Now I can swing this like this. Right? Whoops. Better plug that hose. Okay guys, so this is the power steering pump. And this hose I'm gonna plug so it doesn't leak out coolant. Go. So this hose is connected to this bracket here. This bracket is for the power steering pump. It goes behind the pulley. It's what actually originally was like that. So you want to remove that. Just like that. Push it out of the way. So that's out of the way. Now I can get my hands on that 14mm bracket bolt. Alright, so I'm gonna crank it loose. Alright, it's loose. See guys. And then now move that out of the way. I'm just gonna use my finger to loosen the bolts. See, it's moving now. This is the farthest one back of the engine. This is the bolt right here. It's a 14mm. For the other one, so if you have a ratchet, small ratchet like this, very handy. It's already loose, right? So I'm just gonna wind it out. First day guys, I don't have a manual like I said, so I'm just going through this. Whatever I see needs to be removed will be removed. I do however have the timing chain manual for the mark, so Okay, the bolt is out. I'm gonna show you guys. See, these are the two bolts that's mounted on the block. All right, right there. Then one front, which is this long one right here. Okay, and the two bolts. I dropped the other one. Okay, there you are. One long bolt, two 14 mil short bolts. Alright guys, so I'm just gonna set this to top dead center. I also have the spark plug out from cylinder 1, so I put a long extension here. It's a quarter long extension. I'm just gonna put that in there, and that will tell me if it's top dead center. And for the top dead center, there will be 3 lines on the pulley, and there's a mark right here, so I temporarily installed the bracket that I removed earlier because the marking is there. It's not on the timing cover. So I'm gonna go ahead, turn this, so that's the 2, and then the last line is right here, so I'm gonna line that up. That looks like lined up. Alright, for just to try out. Okay, so that's top dead center, right? Just to be sure. See, it's still top dead center, and then this one is already going down, so that was the top dead center. All right, so just to be sure, now see, it's going up now, and there you go, top dead center. So I'm gonna leave it there, and I'm gonna remove the bracket, I'm gonna loosen the bolt. Okay guys, so I have a crankshaft pulley socket here, specifically for crankshaft bolts, and I'm going to use this and try.
Galing ka mga anak.
Yeah, I will have to remove this fan right here because it's on the way. Alright, yeah, so it's loose. The crankshaft pulley spun a little bit, so I'm just gonna retighten it, and I'm gonna use a shorter shallow socket, a regular socket, and then I'm gonna time it properly. There you go. It just spun a little bit, so now I'm just gonna make sure that it's timed. There you go. And then I'm gonna remove the bolt. Okay, the bolt is out. There you go. Remove this now. Again, there we go. Okay, hey, what's up, guys? So now I decide to also go ahead and replace the thermostat too at the same time, since yeah, I'm at it, so might as well replace it, right? So I'm going to remove this hose and that hose, so both hose, and then there's just two bolts. All right, so that bolt, there's that bolt and that bolt right there. All right, so I'm gonna do that right now. So here it is, guys. And I asked the auto parts that it's $68 for this part, so I'm gonna go pick that up. And this is the gasket. So good thing that I decided to replace it, because it looks like it hasn't been replaced yet, so good. So I'm gonna remove this hose. It's coolant. Okay, so I'm gonna have a pan underneath to catch the coolant that's gonna come out there. Okay guys, so I'm going to remove that screw there, because there's a bolt bolted onto this. So I'm going to remove this first so I can access the bolt for this, for the coolant hose, I mean coolant pipe. Make sure you loosen it first before you drive it out with a gun. It's loose, so I'm just gonna drive it out. There you go. It's out. So that connector is out of the way now. Now I can put my 12 or 14, whatever size that may be. It's a 12. Alright, so those are out. Oh, okay. Then I don't need to remove that hose clamp. I can put that back. So I can just put this clamp back on because I don't need to. There you go. Because this thing is out of the way. The next thing that I'm gonna do is I'm going to remove the 3 bolts holding the compressor. So there's one here, there's one beneath, and there's one behind. I'm gonna start at the back using this. There you go. Just gonna show you guys where the bolt is. So see that my extension there? That's exactly where the bolt is. I'm just gonna loosen that, I don't have to remove it all the way. And this one. And another one underneath. Okay. The 2 in the front you have to remove all the way because it's mounted to the panel cover. Okay, 2 long bolts. Okay, I don't need to remove the whole thing in the back. All right. That's the alternator bracket. So that has to come out too. So I'm gonna go ahead and remove the pulley. Alright, so there's a keyway, guys. That's the keyway. Okay. It only goes in one way. That's out. Alright guys, so I have the crankshaft pulley out and it's pretty much clear here. I don't think there is any other bolts whatsoever that needs to be removed. The compressor bolt is out. Alternator power steering pump bolts brackets are out, and I basically just need to remove the timing cover starting from this and this. I'm also gonna reseal this black cover case because it's already sweating. There's indication that there's a sweat going on there, so I might as well reseal that. But first I'm gonna start with this. Very gentle and carefully push this out. Okay, I see an opening here, so it's starting to open up. There's a dowel pin here. There's also a dowel pin underneath. So we're gonna try to just try to open this side. Alright, this side is opening up. It's going to be oil drips. So alright, so it's slowly try to go around, okay? Not just one spot. Feels like it's coming out, so I'm gonna remove all the bolts. Two, three, four, five. So 5 bolts. They're all the same. There you go. So that's out. There is actually a seal here. All right. So this is the passenger side. And I'll do the same for the other side. I'm not gonna film it, but it's basically the same procedure. By the way, I also noticed that there's a seal here. Alright, so I hope I have the gasket for that. So there's a seal here. Alright guys, so I'm gonna remove the timing cover bolts. There should be 25 bolts. Alright. 2. This is 3, 4, 5, 6, I'm not going through sequence here, guys, so not anymore. That is, I don't go with the sequence when I'm loosening. If I'm torquing it, maybe I will follow the procedure. Trying to see if there's any bolt here. Doesn't look like a bolt, so I'm gonna go ahead and remove the small bolts. This is 1, 2, same size, 3. Oh, this is a different size. This is smaller. 4. This is also small. 'This is also small. 5. This is 6, short. 7, short. 8, short. 9, short. 10, 11, 12, short. 13, short. 14, also short. 15, short. 16, short. 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 I think that's 17. Nineteen short. 20 short. Okay. Okay. 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25. Missing one. So what I have left is this, and this. So 5. So that total to 25. So far they're all the same size. This one is short. Alright, so four are the same size, one is not. And the shorter one is right in the middle. Okay, and the 4 are the big ones. Okay guys, there is also 2 bolts from underneath from the oil pan side, so I'm gonna go ahead and show you guys where that is. Alright guys, so the bolts that I'm looking for is that one there. That one. And another one. This one. That one here. Can you guys see it? Okay. Yeah, that bolt. Alright. And the other one is somewhere here. Okay, I'm gonna go ahead and remove those. Okay. For the other one here, you're gonna use a wrench. Okay. I'm gonna go underneath, lie down underneath, and crank it loose with a wrench. Alright, so I got one bolt out and the other one's pretty long. So I don't know if whether that's just gonna stay there. Alright, so I'm hoping it'll just stay there, because there's no way of me removing that whole bolt, because the steering rack is there. You know what I mean? So I want to show you guys what's going on here. Alright, see the bolt there? There. Alright, so that's all the way out. Hopefully I can get the timing cover out just like that. And so yeah, go ahead and investigate if anything else needs to be removed. By the way, this is the bolt that I removed from underneath from the oil pan. So it's a 12 mil. Okay. Alright guys, so at this point I got all the bolts out for the timing cover, and now I'm just gonna, because I didn't remove the bolt, the back bolt for the compressor, I'm just gonna hang it. See if I can find something to hook. Alright, so I came up with this plan right here. So I hope put into a pipe, coolant pipe there, and goes around with that. Just a bungee jump. Alright guys, so because it's sitting, this compressor is sitting right on the timing cover, so I need to lift it up to release the tension, so it's not going to be sitting on the timing cover when I'm removing the timing cover. Okay guys, I'm ready to pry it. Take your time prying this, guys, because yes, it's hard. I have a blade right here. Yeah, see if this helps. Try to get it in there, wedge it in there. Like that. It's tight. So here I have a extra long flat. It's budging out a bit. Not too much. It's budging up a bit here. I can reach my tool here. I can reach another one. just like so. Work my way around. Okay. These are the area where you have to pry it onto. This one, there's another one here, there's another one here. All right, and work your way around all the way to the bottom. See if I can find anything from the bottom here. Work my way down here. Alright, I'm gonna time lapse this because it's taking so long. Alright guys, so after a few minutes, well, I had to investigate whether I missed a bolt, so I had to go underneath and check everything. But with force, well, don't force it too hard, just gently keep trying. What I was doing is I was pushing it in, pushing it out, pushing it in, pushing it out, and this part right here in this side of the case, I just pried it with the with this pry bar, tiny pry bar. Give it a good pry, and finally came off, so it's free. Now I'm ready to pull it out. So I'm gonna go ahead and pull the case out. There you go, it's coming out. Alright, so as soon as you have this out, make sure you have something to cover that hole, so if you drop anything, it's not gonna go in the crankcase. Alright, so that's that. That's the end of that case part. Goes over there. Alright guys, so this is the primary chain, primary tensioner. camshaft, BVTI, or whatever you call that. Camshaft, right? Secondary chain, top tensioner. This is the water pump. All right. So I'm just gonna check if we're top dead center. If not, I'm gonna have to spin it. All right. Doesn't look like we are top dead center, so I'm gonna go ahead and crank it, spin it until we're top dead center. So I'm gonna temporarily install this 19. And I'm going to set it to top dead center. Okay. Looks like we're coming up to top dead center. So the crankshaft is top dead center. I don't know where the marks are for this, but I'm gonna go check the manual. Alright guys, so I just want to show you guys the timing cover case here. So from the top, that's what it looks like. And then, alright, so we're gonna clean the surfaces here, because that's where we're gonna apply some RTV for the sealant. Even the bottom here, we're gonna clean that around this area here. That, even here. So those things, even here, those things will need to be cleaned properly. And just want to mention to you guys that there's a dowel pin here on the bottom, 2 on each side. All right, so that's that. I'm also going to remove this black cover, reseal that too, so it has brand new seal. All right. Also gonna remove the crankshaft seal. It will be brand new. Alright guys, so I've made my reference. So we're right on top dead center, and I know that because this is on a compression stroke. That's all the way to the top now, and this will go to that index mark there onto the oil pump. All right, so that's aligned, and so I'm making a reference here. So this mark that into here. All right, there, and to the other side too, that mark to that mark. The bottom, same thing. I made a reference there. Same thing on the other side. There you go. All right, so the next step for me to do now is to remove loosen, just loosen those bolts. Loosen that, loosen that, loosen that, loosen that. All right. All right, so these are really tight, guys. So I'm using a harmonic balancer pulley socket to remove it. I'm just gonna put my hand here. That's loose. There you go. Alright, I'm going to remove the top guide. There you go. Now I'm going to remove the timing chain. Now I can remove the chain. There you go. Chain this out. Alright guys, so I'm gonna show you guys how to compress this. All you need is a flathead and a trigger pin from any timing belt tensioner. This is from a Honda V6 timing belt tensioner pin. So what you're gonna do is, all you need is this, and put it underneath and pry it up and compress it. Just like that. Alright guys, so I got the pin in. And this one is awkward because it's in the bottom, but the other side I'm gonna show you guys and demonstrate it how it's done. Okay. Alright guys, so I got the other side pin. That was a little bit awkward because it's facing downward. This one is facing up. It's easier, so I'm gonna demonstrate how it's done. So right now I'm just gonna remove the pin. Alright, so originally it was like that. Now to compress it, you want to press it with a flathead, compress, push the pin in, just like so. Alright guys, so that's how it's done. I did the same thing on the other side. Alright guys, so I'm going to remove the passenger side camshaft, secondary chains. Remove the bolts. bolts out. Okay. Now I'm gonna pull it out. Something's catching. It just feels like this one's not down all the way. So let's check that. Should be like that. Okay. That's out. And like that. Okay, perfect. So that's out. And now, if I were to change the tensioner, what would I do? Gotta figure that out. Okay. So I'm gonna show you guys how to remove this secondary chain tensioner. Now you're gonna have to remove the cup. All right, the camshaft cup, the front one. So basically, 1, 2, 3, 4, 3, 4. All right, so there's 4, and there's also 1, 2, 1, 2, and 3, and possibly 4. All right, so I'm gonna remove those, and I'm gonna show you guys how it's done. All right, guys, so I have those bolts out. Alright, I'm gonna try to pop it out. Okay guys, so I'm gonna put my flathead right here. I'm gonna pop it up. Okay guys, so it's out. There you go. Leave that there for now. So now you have access to the bolts of the tensioner. I'll show you guys. So here's the bolt right here, hex, and the other one's right down below, right down there. All right, guys. All right, so this is the driver's side, guys. So I'm just gonna quickly inspect where the marks are. Alright, so it came off this way. So there is a dowel pin here. Alright, the keyway for the sprocket is this one. Okay, awesome. So we are timed okay here, guys. So 2 of the color coded chains is here, and the other one is here. So you see this? It's right on the mark there. I'm gonna inspect the other one. If it's still time good, it's not time good. So this one jumped. It jumped. All right. This one's good, but this one jumped. So I'm gonna try to fix that. It should have been like that. All right. So this mark right here should line up with this single mark chain on the back side. All right, and for this right there, 2 chain marks, color coded chain marks are these, and then there's that mark on the sprocket. Right, it should be like that. Right. So that's the passenger side, this is the driver's side. All right, so yes, time's good. One, two, there's the bolts, 3 same size. All right. Alright guys, so put a curtain here just so the coolant will direct down and not into the crankcase. Alright guys, this is the water pump here. So I removed the 3 bolts. Alright, this is the new one. So this is how it looked like, right? Okay, see these two? See this one and this one? This one is the top one right here. You can put a screw here. This is a 12 mil bolt heads. It's a 10 mil. Alright, so grab one of these. You'll need this to pull the water pump out. So I'm gonna thread it in like that. Just like that. Oh yeah, it might probably work, yeah. Oh yeah, that's how it's done, guys. Drive it in. You turn 3, you turn 3 on the top, you turn 3 in the bottom. So it's evenly gonna come out. Okay, just like that. Now at this point, I want to put this there so I can direct the water to go the other way and not in the crankcase. There you go. Cool. So that's a trick, guys. Alright, so got it out. Now I'm just gonna put the new water pump in. Make sure you guys have some 12 mil head bolts lying around. Linger, metric size, metric threads. Alright, cool, good guys. Alright, so give it a little bit of clean. And like most of my work, I like to blow where the bolt's gonna go into. I don't want water in there. Now I'm gonna put the new water pump in. Alright guys, so the kit comes with sprockets, chains, water pump with seals. Alright, so the engine side has the black color, the radiator side has the brown color. Okay, I'm gonna go ahead and put it on. So I'm gonna go ahead, put the bolt in, just like so.
Make sure they're evenly going in. There you go, so that's in.
So that's good. Alright guys, so water pump is in, torque to spec, and the next step for me to do is to clean the surfaces now. So basically that's how you're gonna do it. I'm using a blade, and then after that I'm gonna use scotch to finish it up, and then clean it up with a brake cleaner. I'm gonna go hyperlapse right now. Alright guys, so I finished cleaning the surface here. I'm gonna remove the crankshaft sprocket now. There you go. This is the crankshaft sprocket. Alright, just want to show you guys. So this index right here is gonna line up in the chain, the color code chain. Okay. There you go. That's in. Now it's time to put the camshaft back in.